Welcome to another interesting episode of Women in Business right here on Afia TV. Last week we had the founder of Gotzi Woman Network here on the show, and it was such an inspiring moment. If you haven't seen it, I encourage you to go to our YouTube channel at Afia TV Official to watch that particular episode of the Gotzi Woman Network, sharing her experiences, challenges, and how she overcame them. Anyway, today we have someone very unique as well that you would love to meet, but right after the break. To stay tuned. My name is Marvelous Apwamaga, and I'm your host for Women in Business show here on Afia TV. Women in Business is a show where we profile women doing great in the southeast region of Nigeria and the country at large. Like I said earlier, we have someone very unique you'd love to meet with us in the studio. Let's meet Dr. Mrs. Ester-Vera Anege, founder, Beauty Zone Empire. You're welcome on the show, ma'am.
Thank you.
You look very beautiful.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Very good, thank you.
Okay, so let's start with you telling us how Beauty Zone Empire started.
Beauty Zone Empire was birthed on the 10th of January 2010. It started as it was an inspiration for me because it didn't start like something for fun. It started because I had this passion to train up, to catch them young, especially the youths. So Beauty Zone Empire started the training of the youths. There was a particular incident that actually led me into picking up Beauty Zone. A little girl of about 16, I think she got into the family way mistakenly and was thrown out of the house by her parents. And somehow I came across the girl. Lo and behold, she doesn't have anything doing. At that age, there was nothing she could do. So what did I do? I brought her in and taught her skills, the ones I could do as of then. And after that event, it made me to now go properly into establishing something where I could actually impact on the youth more especially. So that was how Beauty Zone came into existence.
Okay, so you said you started the Beauty Zone by training young women or men or just youth, irrespective of the gender.
It was youth, it was women.
Women. So what were you training them on?
Okay, I was training them on hair making.
Okay.
Crafts. It could be baking. It could be detergent making. Just anything for them to hold. Like the skills I know. Like I have a lot of them. I could do makeup. I could do lash extensions, microblading. As of the then. So whenever I come in contact with any youth that I feel I need to encourage in my own little way, I felt giving them money wasn't the ultimate. It's inspiring them. So when I baited Beauty Zone, the first 3 years of Beauty Zone, I was running a free skill as much as I could in little skill, because even when Beauty Zone was in existence, I was working. Okay. I was working. And I worked with Eric Air. I was with Eric Air. So the little time I had, I was also building my own career, by the way. Beauty Zone 2 had its ups and downs. Irrespective of the fact that it was building for the youth. I also had a section of it for sales. That's a story for another day.
Before we go to the ups and downs of Beauty Zone, because we'll definitely get there on the show. You said it was a free skill business. Yeah, was it for customers or for people you were training?
No, it wasn't for customers.
Okay, you were just training them?
Yes, I was just training them.
Okay.
Like, I could just come in contact with maybe like 5, 6, I would train them.
Okay.
It wasn't for customers.
Okay.
But that was what made me to now properly establish somewhere to say, okay, through this avenue, I think I can catch them young, train them, and then added a section for sales too. You know, funny enough, Beauty Zone, I started with a sum of 50,000 naira. That's
50,000.
funny. Yes. Yes. That was how I started. And then the sales section, I used to travel then to Onitsha, to Lagos to get things. But the sales section, it wasn't doing well because once you're not in your business, as of then I was working. So I come in probably maybe like weekends to see what the sales is like. And lo and behold, it's just doing the but I was encouraged because I had a vision for what I wanted. So that sales section was a section of keeping that business alive in my absence.
So how far would you say Beauty Zone has come?
Um, Beauty Zone has come a long way.
Okay.
It has really come a long way because if I was discouraged from um, the failure would definitely come in. But as of today, Beauty Zone has about 3 branches, which one of the branches is strictly for skills acquisition.
Okay.
It's situated in New Haven. One now is for sales. Then, but the one that actually gives me the joy is the skills acquisition because that was exactly what I had in mind from the onset. And so I encourage people to go into skills. It's not about the certificate. Yes, certificate is important, but your skill, like waiting you sabi, that's the cocoa at the moment.
So I mean, coming this far, having 3 branches here in the Southeast region, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
In Enugu,
Oh,
precisely.
in Enugu, precisely.
Yes.
Okay, having 3 different branches here in the Southeast is not a small thing per se. So how it takes or it took a lot of marketing and to grow a business. So talk to us how you marketed your product and how you got to this level you are now.
Okay, like I said, when I started Beauty Zone, I wasn't really on ground, like
Okay.
physically, like on every day. Like I don't come every day to the location to say this is it, but virtue of the work I do, I made flyers. I
Okay.
talked to people. Basically, what grew my business was mouth to mouth advertisement. When you do it for this person tells this person tells this person. Unlike when they started, the social media thing wasn't so loud then. But now, there's a whole lot of how to market your Instagram, your Facebook, so.
So what would you say? Because I know I've heard people say there are different ways of marketing, which is actually right. And then some people will tell you this is not the right way to market this particular product, and this is not the right way, rather, to market this particular service or services you render. So, what would you say is the right way to market this kind of service
At the moment,
you render, and what would you say is the worst method of marketing it?
the best way of marketing this product is your customer satisfaction.
Okay.
That's the best way. Because if a customer comes in and you're able to, and you give your best and the customer is satisfied, that customer will definitely advertise you. The customer will definitely, irrespective of the fact that you do your own underground adverts, you run sponsored ads and all that. But even if you run sponsored ads and you don't have anything good to offer, a customer comes in today, tomorrow the person won't come. The person won't even give you a referral. So the best way of marketing this kind of thing is being good at what you do. Because even yourself, when you're satisfied with what, there's this contentment that comes when you do this thing and it comes out like I don't know how to put it, but once you're satisfied with what you do, and you see the customer being wowed with what you have done, and the customer is all over saying, come to Beauty Zone, see my brows, see my lashes, see my... Yes, that's your best advert you can do.
So, what would you say is the worst method of marketing such product?
The worst method.
There's no worst method.
The worst method will still be not being good at what you do.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
All right. All right. We'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we hear more from Dr.
Mrs. Ester-Vera.
Dr. Mrs. Ester-Vera. To stay tuned. You're still watching Women in Business right here on Afia TV, and I am your host, Marvelous Apwamaga. We still have Dr. Mrs. Ester-Vera here with us in the studio, and she has been telling us how she started Beauty Zone Empire and how it has been going all the while. Okay, so looking back at everything you've done, your business and everything, what are the mistakes you've made that you wouldn't want young ones who want to go into this field to make in their business, and how were you able to correct or navigate your way through this?
Thank you, Marvelous. The first thing I want to say to the youths or whoever wants to venture into those businesses, failure is not a guarantee for you to quit. It is a learning step for you. Because if you don't fail, if you don't make mistakes, you won't grow. I made a lot of mistakes when I started. A whole lot. One, you could, because something you're not conversant with, you could bring in things and you find that they are not of the quality you want. That's one. Secondly, when you're bringing in people to work with you, bring in people that have the same vision with you. People that can align with what you have.
How would we know this?
Well, in as much as you might not know it completely,
Okay.
but the way I'm speaking with you, when we interact, I should be able to tell a little bit of you. And then when you come in, training.
So since we'll be talking, what can you say about me?
But you're passionate about what you do.
So
if I have to bring you into brow making, I think I'll be fixing the square peg in the room in the triangular square or something. Okay, so that's part of the mistake. Another mistake in this business is when you want to start up the business. Please, you see, family, if you really want to grow, be very strict. Your strictness might be termed wickedness. But if you're not strict, you'll be rendered, like, and at the end, you'll be mocked at, like, yes, you started it, what did she achieve? Somebody comes in and says, sister, please, I need this, I need that, I need this. And your stock is going down. So one, if you're starting up any business, ensure that you employ the right person. Even if the person doesn't have 100% of your vision, but over time you could train up this person and you begin to groom the thing like it's yours until that person sees that business as his or hers. The person can never run it well. So, and even when you employ people, always be there. Try as much as possible to see your sales, your stocks, your trainings. Yes, you might train up somebody and say, okay, handle this. Be there to supervise that. Okay. Be there. Always try as much as possible. But unlike now, I'm 24 hours there. Like, I now have the time, because if I didn't, make out time the way I did, I don't think I would have gone this far. Even though severally I fell along the path, but I stood up. Some workers will swindle your goods. Some will take off your money. You put computers, you put monitoring gadgets. You come today, they'll say, ma, the computer is spoiled. You can't keep record of your sales. And before you know it, that capital is gone. That's part of the challenges. So you have to really try to handle your things in as much as you give division of labor. Be there to supervise and monitor it. If you let it go, it goes down the drain.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Mrs. Ester-Vera, for coming on the show today. I mean, it was really an educating one. Thank you so much. So we've heard from Dr. Mrs. Ester-Vera. If you're interested in going into cosmetology later in future, please make out time. Any business you want to do, make out time for your business, no matter how busy you are. Always stop by to check, always keep account of whatever you do. It helps a lot to grow your business as a business owner. And to you that have been watching, you that have been with us from the beginning to the end of this program, I'm saying thank you for staying with us. And do well to follow us on all social media platforms at Afia TV Official. I am Marvelous Apwamaga, your host. And until I come your way next time, keep living, keep inspiring, and stay safe. Bye.